Good evening, everyone. It's Willowzilla, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're talking about the tropics possibly heating back up and the cool temperatures hitting the Midwest and the Northeast. And I do want to apologize for not uploading over the past 10 days. It's been a very stressful week and a half for me. I've had, online school starting back up, and, my work has been kept me busy over the weekend, so I haven't had much time to upload these videos. I do love doing this, so we're going to try to get these videos back out, pumping to you guys every day to every other. And down below, I want to know, do you guys want me to make my fall or monthly forecast for temperatures and possible precipitation? Let me know down in the comments, and we kind of going off of that. So if you do enjoy the weather content that I do provide, make sure to hit that like button and also hit that red subscribe button down below and turn on those notification icons to never miss one of my videos. And let's see if we can get this video up to 10 likes. So here we have the National Hurricane Center and NOAA's 2-day outlook. You can see we have one disturbance kind of making its way towards the Yucatan Peninsula, and then we have another disturbance just to the east of the Leeward Islands. And here on the 5-day outlook, you can see we do have an area that has a high 70% chance of forming over the next 5 days, and an area that does have under a low 40% chance. And we're actually going to go to the National Hurricane Center's areas of possible disturbance and look at these storms individually. So we're going to go at disturbance number 1 as of 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. A tropical wave located off the west central Caribbean Sea is expected to continue moving westward over the next couple of days and produce a broad area of low pressure over the western Caribbean Sea or extreme southern Gulf of Mexico by Thursday night or Friday. Environmental conditions are forecasted to be conducted for some development thereafter, and a tropical depression could form over the weekend while the system moves slowly west-northwestward over the northwestern Caribbean Sea, enters and Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, and western Cuba. Should monitor the progress of this disturbance. You can see the next 48 hours, low 20% chance formation through the next 5 days, as at a high 70. So now we're going to go to disturbance number 2, which has a 0% chance of forming here in the next 2 days and a low 20 to form in the next 5 days. So another tropical wave located a few hundred miles east of the Lesser Antilles is producing widespread cloudiness and disorganized shower activity. This disturbance is forecasted to move westward during the next several days, where environmental conditions could become a little more conducive for development over the central or western Caribbean Sea by early next week. So now we're going to kind of head over back to our slideshow here and look at the shear map. So you can see right here is the Yucatan Peninsula, so that disturbance number 1 is located somewhere in here, and then that second disturbance at the National Hurricane Center is monitoring somewhere over here. So we're going to look at disturbance number 1. As you can see, green is favorable conditions, yellow is neutral, and dark red is very unfavorable conditions for intensification. So you do see right here, this has a very nice green pocket of favorable conditions, but there is some Saharan air dust that we'll be looking at here in a little bit that is causing some kind of drier air just kind of sitting in the Gulf that this storm will run into. And then you can see down by the lower Antilles, you can see we have a nice red pocket here of highly unfavorable conditions for that storm to kind of intensify. Now we're going to look at the satellite imagery. You see here we have a kind of nice area of convection really starting to form with that disturbance number 1. And then kind of towards on the bottom right of your screen, we do have kind of the outer bands, or the most farther part of that second disturbance kind of showing up here on satellite imagery. You can see we do have a nice little pocket of convection trying to form here kind of off the coast of South America. So now we're going to look at the water vapor you do see here on that disturbance number 1. It's very obvious. You do see a nice pocket of deep convection kind of starting to form, and then as well on again on the bottom right of your screen, we do have another nice area of convection really kind of starting to fire off, and it's going to be the same thing on the true color and shortwave model. Just see that convection. You can see that convection really starting to fire off, kind of in that same area as I did say before. So now we're going to look at the sea surface temperatures. You can see down kind of near Cuba, we have mid to upper 80s and sea surface temperatures, as well as down towards the Leeward Islands, we have mid to upper 80s and this little patch that could cause these storms to intensify. But as you see in the Gulf, we're looking at kind of lower to upper 80s and sea surface temperatures. So we're going to have to see how these storms, if they do kind of hit through here, how are they going to react to obviously that Saharan air dust, and as well as these sea surface temperatures, as they aren't as warm as they once were due to the recent activity in the Gulf. So now you can see here a very nice area of very warm waters, again kind of showing the averages here. We have a nice dark area about 30 degrees plus on the average here for the Atlantic, and then up towards kind of the Carolinas, New Jersey, New York, we have an area of very kind of cooler waters, but that is expected to happen here as we are making our way into October, as the Atlantic will start to cool down, and we will start heading into the winter season. Here's the atmospheric moisture. You can see here very dry air. I'm kind of splitting the Gulf in half currently, but other than that, we have very moist waters for these storms to kind of intensify in. And then here on the Saharan air, as you can see here, you can definitely see how significant the Saharan air dust is. It is just like a pocket of just dry air just kind of sitting there. You can see as well, kind of coming back towards Africa, we have a very strong Saharan dust that could definitely halt these waves coming off of Africa from forming, which is obviously a good thing, but a bad thing for those storms. So now we're looking at the models. You can see here is disturbance number 1 down towards the Yucatan Peninsula and parts of Mexico, and then here is the disturbance number 2 right in here. So watch this area right here, as it is expected to form in the Gulf, and then at landfall near Tallahassee have around 989 millibar either tropical depression or tropical storm. So that could be our next possible named storm after disturbance number 1 if that storm forms. And then here on the wide view Atlanta, you can see the same story here. Watch the Gulf, and then as well when you're done looking at that, we do have some more kind of waves coming off the coast of Africa currently. We will have, it looks like, one storm kind of form here. Wait for there, right there. We could possibly have another possible tropical depression that could form and pretty quickly fall apart. But other than that, nothing else is really going to be coming off the coast of Africa really anytime soon that definitely has potential to form. And so now we're going to kind of switch over towards the sea, not the sea, but the U.S. temperatures and precipitation. So this is for September 27th. You can see very cool waters, or not cool waters, sorry, temperatures, get it right. And then kind of towards kind of the Midwest and parts of the Northeast, we have very above average temperatures. So blue indicates below average temperatures or cooler air, and kind of the brighter yellow colors indicate very above temperatures. So we're now looking at the weekly temperatures. So you can see this going to be happening from I'd say about the first day of October to about October 16th, 15th to the 17th. So you can see this is September 30th when we're starting. So here's October 1st. You can see a very nice area of below average temperatures for the Midwest as well as the Northeast, and then down kind of towards the kind of the West Coast California area. You will be bringing that kind of warmer air. My friend David, he has a YouTube channel. His link will be down in the description. Great guy, great weather YouTuber as well. Go check him out. David Schlotthauer, he has been I've been kind of making fun of him for how warm it is over there. So that warm air will be definitely coming my way, as he has been hoping for. But you will be having, looks like, a nice cool down for about a day or two, and then you are expected to kind of get those warmer temperatures. You can see right there around 8 to 12 degrees below average, kind of around October 16th. So I know you're going to be happy about that, David. And then here looking at the possible snow / sleet as well. So be looking up in the top left corner of your screen. You could be seeing some possible snow if you're in the Rocky Mountains, part of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, parts of Colorado, and possibly parts of very western Kansas. You could be seeing some possible sleet or snow that we are expecting. And now we're going to be looking at around September 30th, around that area of what could we be expecting, around pretty much about average throughout the entire U.S. Unless you were up in Maine, you're about 2 degrees below average. And then here you can see we're looking, I'd say at about October 7th through the 12th. So we are on a week, actually here, let me rephrase that. So we're looking at the weekly temperatures. So this is days 1 through 7. So you can see about pretty average conditions, unless you're in Maine, obviously might be a day or a degree to 2 degrees below average. This is days 8 through 14. On the precipitation, so you can see parts of the northwest could be experiencing some nice rainfall as well. And then other than that, everything else is going to be pretty dry. And then days 15 through 21, you can kind of see parts of possibly Seattle could be experiencing some pretty nice rain, as well as Miami, Florida as well. But other than that, Midwest, the North and the Northeast could be experiencing some pretty dry weather. And then days 22 through 28, that kind of above average precipitation could be kind of sticking around here. Could that help out the California wildfires? Who knows, but we're going to have to see how that goes. And then days 29 through 35, this will be the last one here on about this. You can see, so we are expecting some pretty above average precipitation for parts of the Northwest. But other than that, everything else is going to be pretty dry. So be ready for that if you're in the Midwest. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully you all did enjoy. Make sure to comment down below if you want to see me do monthly forecasts for temperatures and precipitation as well, and possibly an overall season forecast as we are going into our very first winter season I have been paying attention to. So if you guys want to see that down below, let me know. Make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.